Okay, hi, and welcome to part two of the target individual video on Thursday, April 16th, 2015. I don't know what just happened, but for some reason the Bluetooth connection on my phone came up, and but that's something that they do. This is something that they do. They will mess with your phone because they're trying to send you some sort of subliminal message or stuff like that. So again, because they use colors, right? So one of the colors that they use to target me with is the color blue also. So being that I'm doing this video, they are basically interrupting me by trying to connect a Bluetooth device. Okay, so again, this is what they do. So anyway, as I was saying, so these people will basically put themselves in danger. I mean, there are many times I'm driving on the highway and they have people walking along the highway or sitting along the highway, which can be very dangerous to them. And they're just there particularly to target me, right? So when I drive by and they see me, they'll do like hand signals. They'll do stuff like this. They'll, you see them do like this, or, they'll do like this, or they'll do this, or they'll do this to me. But my mustache, I don't really get that, but stuff like that's what they do. And also they usually stick their fingers in their ears like that. And, when they do it, I do it back to them too, because, I'm going to use whatever you're using to target me with. If I have the ability to do those things, I may not have the ability to listen to your phone and hack into your computer and stuff like that. But you know what? As long as I've been in this program and have that been done to me on a daily basis, if I have the I guess the ability to do that, yeah, I would do it. I would definitely do it just to let them know how it feels, just to let them know how it feels to have their privacy invaded in such a way that it's unbelievable, to probably a lot of people. But I believe a lot of people know exactly what's being done, and but again, because it's psychological program, okay, and that's just one aspect, then it's kind of difficult to prove, right? Because the minute you start to talk about it, you automatically label with a mental illness or something, but that's the way it is. So anyway, came back from America Center, parked in the next block, and as I'm walking, a young lady was walking across the street, and I recognize her because she goes to the same gym that I go to. So we started talking, and she was like asking me questions about weight loss and stuff like that, and trying to give us some advice. And as I was walking away, she turned around and she's like, "Oh, can I get your number? I'll call you. We talk about this." I'm like, "Okay, sure, fine." But I figured that's what they wanted. I figured it was a setup because when we started talking, there was a guy that came over, and he got in, he sat in his car, and he was like staring at me, but like intimidation shit. I'm like, come on, really? Like, mind your business. But then again, these people, they don't mind their business. They don't respect your privacy, because again, when they are being given when they're being given permission to do these things, and this is by the authority, like particularly like in my targeted, I've been targeted a lot by the NYPD, and even today. So anyway, as I, so I said, okay, we'll talk later about it, what have you. Got inside. Then I came back out to go pick up my son, and actually, let me rewind. Before I came outside to go pick up my son, within the space of 10 minutes of going upstairs, getting inside, okay, they started with the sirens, the police, the fire trucks, the ambulances, everything just started happening all at once. So I knew right there that was a setup, all right? So anyway, time to pick up my son, went downstairs. There was a fire truck parked outside. As soon as they saw me exit out the building, okay, they drove away. And of course, the way how they do things too is that they'll have someone call an ambulance, right? And when they'll come with the ambulance, but they'll come at the time when they know that I have to go pick up my son, so that I will see them, right? So this is what they do, and this is how they make the excuses in terms of why we were there, okay, because somebody called us, right? So they have to do that, right? They have to do that, but they do it at a particular time. Like my son gets out of school at 2:40, so by 2:30, 2:25, 2:30, they were already on the block, okay? So anyway, went to pick up my son. As I'm walking, okay, the same girl that I met, that I was talking about, who had asked me about weight loss, because we go to the gym together, we go to the same gym. I see her crossing the street, and as I looked down and said, "Oh, that's her." And so as soon as I looked over and recognized her, there was a guy that was walking in front of her. He started sticking his finger in his ears, and so I stuck my fingers in my ears, and I kept walking. And then I had to pass the high school, which they have some of the high school kids target me. Again, you have to understand cult mentality, and people who are in cults, their children also participate in the cults and cult behavior. So you have to understand that. So if you're a target, don't be surprised when kids start targeting you, because they learn it from the parents, and that's a cult behavior, okay? So anyway, went, pick up my son, came back. As I'm coming back, the police now, okay, so now it was the fire trucks, now the police. So as I turned the corner, there was a police van that was turning. Then as I'm walking up, there's a police car that is turning, and he started flashing his lights, right? He started flashing the red lights. And then, when I look because I want to see what he was doing. Normally, they usually give me a hand signal, which he did. So he did like this. Okay, so he was just like this, right? The entire time I was walking up the block, right, to get home. And so what I did is that, I was holding on to my son's lunchbox. And so what I did is that I held his lunchbox, but then I took my middle finger and I put it against the lunchbox, and so that they can see. Because I'm just like, when you target me, yeah, I'm going to give you the middle finger. I'm not going to be up in your face about it, but I'm going to do like you, and I'm going to be sneaky about it, but you're going to notice it, right? So that's exactly what I did, okay? And it was funny because after I passed them, they started with the people in the suitcases. Okay, so this is what they do, because it's subliminal. So as I walked past them, they had these people walking really fast, like angry, with their suitcases dragging behind them. And I'm like, these people are just ridiculous again. But you're talking about a cult that has been created by the people in authority, the NYPD, the FBI, in terms of having citizens participate in the psychological torture and harassment of individuals, okay, in the conspiracy of their rights, okay, to deny them the constitutional human rights, the right to happiness, the right to liberty, the right to justice, the right to live peacefully, okay. This is what is happening, and the authorities are directly involved in this. They are directly involved in this, and I know this because, people say, oh, it's all in your head, what have you. Bullshit. And I tell you, bullshit. It is bullshit. Okay, this is a program that has been embedded in the fabric of this society. Okay, in American society and other societies in other countries. Okay, this is going on. This is cult behavior. Okay, and these people have infiltrated within our government, within our school system, within our financial system. Okay, within every aspect of society, from the people in the stores when you walk in and you walk by. For instance, if I go to the gym, there's multiple stores that's lined up with the gym, and you'll see as soon as I walk by, they'll come and they'll stand up so I can see them, okay, and they'll be giving hand signals, or they'll be wearing the color black, which is a color that they used to target me a lot with. So again, this is a type of psychological program, and they have to keep it psychological because of the liability, okay? The liability that they are trying to avoid and to prevent from them getting sued, okay? Or from them getting prosecuted, okay, for these crimes. So they have to keep it psychological. Okay, so as a target, you have to understand this, right? Not only do they cause us serious psychological harm, emotional harm, financial harm, okay, because we are blacklisted, right? But we were also ostracized. They turned our family against us. They turned our friend against us, our loved ones. You know, they will do that. You know, like for instance, like I said, you know, over at my